Renee, how are you? Hand, foot, mouth disease is caused by a virus. It's actually caused by either the Coxsackie virus or enterovirus. And so what does that mean? Things that are caused by viruses cannot be treated with antibiotics. So the body basically just has to take care of those things on its own. So with hand, foot, mouth disease, it can present in a number of ways. Your child may have little lesions in their mouth. Generally, it's going to be like on their tongue, toward the front of their mouth. It could be right around the mouth. They can have lesions on the palms of the hand. So that's how you distinguish this from other things like maybe say insect bites. It will be on the palms of the hand. And it can also be on the feet, like around the soles of the feet, or just, generally around the feet themselves. So these are the things you will see with hand, foot, mouth disease. It is very contagious, and unfortunately, by the time the lesions appear, the child has already been contagious, usually for maybe a few days. You just got to, that's why I'm talking about it, because we have seen it. And, I had a mom who came into the office last week who, too, had gotten a notice from her school. And the school wanted me to, look at the child and say that the child was fine. And all I could say was that I don't see anything now, but the child could have been exposed and maybe lesions would pop up the next day or 2 days later. So, like, Renee, you got the notice from school. Your child may or may not have been exposed, and you can just look for those symptoms. Now, in some children, they won't have all three. They may just have one. And it can be a little bit atypical also, where they can have rashes in other places other than just the hands, mouth, and feet. But that's the most common place for it. And so what you want to do if your child does come down with this is you want to keep them at home. As long as they have a fever, they definitely should stay home. And as long as they have lesions, especially lesions on the hands, because children are going to go and they're going to touch everything. This can also be excreted. The virus can be excreted in the feces. So if your child's in daycare and somebody's not washing their hands very well in between, after changing diapers, that can be another form of transmission, which is why it's always important to wash your hands. It's important to teach your children to wash their hands. But when we're talking about kids just playing, it's almost impossible to get them, they're going to be touching stuff and touching themselves and touching each other. They're just touchy-feely little beings. It's just lovely. We should all be so touchy-feely and get good hugs. Anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. Obviously, I'm having a rough day and I need a hug, right? But anyway, no, it's fine. That's how kids play. It's great. It just goes along with it. And that's kind of why you see when your child's in daycare, they're around other kids, they may tend to get sick. So the treatment for this is just supportive. If your child has the lesions in their mouth, you want to give them something that's soothing. They must stay hydrated, so that's really important that they do drink. But you wouldn't want to give them something that is going to irritate the lesions in their mouth. So some children prefer cold things, some children prefer warm things. So depending on what your child prefers, if your child prefers cold things, you can give them cold water, you can give them, yogurt, you can give them like little popsicles, or you can even freeze something healthy to give to them. So you can do that to kind of ease those symptoms. And as far as the hands and the feet, or if there are other lesions on the body, if they're itching, you can put calamine lotion on them, or you can just put like calendula cream on them. So that's something. So you just want to kind of do the supportive care, and generally this will resolve over 7 to 10 days. They should be totally back to normal. Now, another thing that we see, because this has freaked parents out too, is that sometimes after your child has totally recovered from hand, foot, mouth disease, and I'm not talking about a few days, it may be a while afterwards, they may actually get peeling of the hands or feet. And that's totally normal. That's okay. Don't freak out about it. It's something that, I've seen in quite a few children who've had it. So they come in with this peeling, and so when I get the history from the parents as to, well, has your child had hand, foot, mouth? Oh yeah, they did have that, last month or something like that. So don't be concerned if that happens. So remember, hand, foot, mouth is caused by a virus. It's very contagious. If your child has it, you want to keep them home as long as they have a fever and as long as they have open lesions on the palms of their hands, okay? And once again, of course, they shouldn't be drinking after anyone either, or nobody should drink after them. And once again, it's hard because children tend to share a lot of things. But if you know that your child has this is a good reason to keep your child home, because you can't always, you can't always control what they're going to do. Okay? So hopefully this was helpful. One other thing that I mentioned it, I think last week, I am now offering concierge services and telemedicine services in my practice. So the telemedicine services means that you can actually go online and have a virtual visit with me. You don't have to be an existing patient, but you do have to live in the state of California. So if you live in the state of California and you want to do a consultation virtually with me, you can call my office at 949-706-1414. I'm also doing consultations in the office, but consultations only. I'm not accepting new patients at this time, but if you want to bring your child in for just a consultation, I cannot be your child's primary care pediatrician if your child's not already in my practice. But if you just want to bring your child in for a consultation, a second opinion consultation, or whatever type of consultation you have, it may just be even for a sick visit. But you can also go online, and soon, well, actually, you have to call right now, but soon you will actually be able to just go online and make your appointment. And so I will have a new website up with that, and I will be announcing that on Facebook. So stay tuned for that. So remember, I am Dr. Pam Middleton, your virtual holistic pediatrician. Through my programs and services, I help families achieve and maintain health and wellness via inside-out healing using the holistic modalities that encompass the mind, body, and spirit. Hey, Ron, how are you? Sorry I missed you at homecoming. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your Wellness Wednesday. And next week, I promise I'm going to be right on time at 12:15, okay, to make up for these last few weeks when I've been a bit tardy. Okay, so you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.